Hi, my name is Jan. Welcome to Butterfly Tracks. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers to Butterfly Tracks. Thank you very much for coming along on my journey. I am in a special place. Just a little hint. Just a little bit of hint. That's more adventures to come. Today I want to show you an unusual place. A place I thought I wouldn't like. A place that I never dreamed I would go. I'm sure it's much prettier in the spring. Of course, everything's prettier in the spring, right? But this looked a little desolate at first, and certainly the first 2 days were, I will admit it, the first 2 days were miserable. It was windy and cold. That's always miserable, isn't it? So we were safe and warm with electricity, and we had plenty of heat coming from my car, so we were good. But I ended up spending a week there. I had to change. There were no campsites around, nothing available at other New Mexico campsites. So I did book 2 nights that were electric. And then I found out that there were some non-electric sites that were kind of first come, first serve, and they were even cheaper. It wasn't much, $10 for one and $14 for the other. I would have had electric the whole time if I could have, but I found a nice, safe little spot. It turned out to be really nice. And then the last day was electric again. I had to juice up the car for another long drive. So I want to tell you how I came to appreciate this place that was hard to love, but I learned to really appreciate it. And then at the end, I want to talk to you about, do I ever get lonely? Do I ever get scared? And what am I afraid of? And I am afraid of some things. And not just my body breaking down, like I said in the first video. But I want to talk to you about loneliness and solitude and what it means to me and how you think about it. So those will be at the end. So stay tuned to the end for those. This is mine right now. I'm the only one in this part of the campground. Right through here is a little 3-acre lake. Today this little lake belongs to me too. Mine for the price of $10 a night. That's for non-electric, but my Blue Eddy is doing a good job. This is definitely a campground I would not have had as a destination goal, but it's really done something for me. It has helped me appreciate another side of nature that doesn't have to be lush and tropical. This has its own beauty. It's its own ecosystem. And it's really kind of serene in its own way. It's been a great rest for me. Running from storms, experiencing wind. And I mean, look at that sky. No clouds. No wind. Just a gentle, gentle breeze. Nice and cool, just perfect temperature. Very serene. Do I get lonely? No, I've got you here with me. Loneliness to me would be if I was looking at beautiful mountains like I'm looking at right outside my picture window. If I was looking at those beautiful mountains and didn't have anyone to turn to say, look at those beautiful mountains, that would be lonely. But I've got you here. I can pick up the camera and I can show this to my family and to you and to my future self, to 81-year-old Jan when she's watching this and binge watching all these videos of her adventures. And of course, I have the two girls here, Coco and Susie. They're a lot of company too. It's actually a lot like having a couple of toddlers. You know, you put their sweaters on, take the sweaters off. You got to make them comfortable. You got to feed them. I don't really burp them usually, but I don't change any diapers. But you know, we do put clothes on and take clothes off because they need to be comfortable. They are very cooperative. You know, if you are with someone, they may not have the same idea you do as far as the schedule. They might say, well, I'm ready to go now, or can't we stay longer? So that kind of cuts down on your freedom a little bit if you have people with you, and you've been in that situation before. Also, if you are, if someone's with you, you feel obligated to talk to them. If you are, I'm trying to think of a situation. If you're enjoying some scenery or you're really into whatever it is, you're looking at a mountain, you are watching a TV program that you're really into watching, or a movie, and you get just to that really exciting point where you can't wait to hear what happens next. Or you're reading a book and you're really into reading that book, and then all of a sudden someone says, hey, did you know somebody or other called the other day? You know, that just rips you right out of the situation. The concentration on the focus on a beautiful painting or a book or a movie or whatever it is that you're really into, or say meditation, someone just rips you right out of that meditation. So there are circumstances where it's not as good to have someone with you. It just breaks your focus, really, because you feel like you have to talk to them. I have heard from quite a few of you subscribers that you're not doing this, even though you really want to do it, you're not doing this partly, at least partly, because of fear. And my recommendation is to take baby steps. That's something that Bob Wells from Cheap RV Living always recommends too, is take baby steps. In other words, take what you've got, you know, whatever vehicle you've got, throw in some blankets and some pillows and some food and sleep in your own driveway, you know? Get used to it a little bit by a little bit. That's what I'm doing out here. I'm trying things that I was nervous about and just jumping in here. You know, I like quotes. You've heard me do this before, but I'm pretty sure, and I'll change it if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Mark Twain that said, "Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain." And you may have experienced that already in your life. Even in dog training, you have to get them used to whatever it is that they're afraid of for them to get over the fear. I was at a rest stop the other night. It was a nice enough rest stop, but it ended up being nobody there but me. I left, and that's not out of fear. That's out of being smart. You have to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, and an idea of what you would do if all three of those fall through. I haven't actually had a problem with plan A or B falling through until last night. And last night there was nobody at a rest stop, so being smart, not scared, maybe a little scared. I would have been scared to stay there. True. I left there, and plan B didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. I ended up in plan C. So, you know, wasn't what I wanted, but I was safe, and I was smart about it. I still have some things that I have to conquer. BLM land would be one of them. It's pretty isolated. Although I know so many women that, YouTubers, I have seen so many YouTube videos on women who really enjoy it. That's their thing, is to go on BLM land, and they explain why they think that it feels safe to them. That it's far enough from a road that someone just out to make trouble is unlikely to go down a long road just to make trouble. There are easier targets closer to town. There are people on BLM land, so, you know, there are campers that are there for the same reason that you would be there. So maybe I can work myself into doing that someday. I wasn't able to camp out alone on that beach there in Texas, and that was a disappointment. You know, here I was already there, came all this way, could have stayed, didn't. What is fear, really? Of course, if someone's breaking down the door of your apartment, that's a real fear. That's legitimate, that's immediate. But most of our fears are what if? What if somebody broke down my door? What if my car broke down in the middle of nowhere? What if I run out of money? Most of those never happen. The saddest thing that can come from fear is what if you are at the end of your life and you are then saying, what if I had? What if I had tried? What if I could have? What if I could have, and you didn't do it? The sun's about to go down, and I hope it's really pretty. I'll catch that for you. Can't get the mountain air for you, though. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for giving the video a like. See you next time. Bye.